Hi everyone, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, and today we're doing a video on how to calm anxiety using spirituality and crystals. There are different things that you can use to really help bring that grounding and help you feel centered and calm, and using spiritual things is a great way of doing that. I know it really has a big effect on me, and it has done for many of the people that I've helped over time. So first of all, the most important thing to note is that anxiety is a very common thing, but it's also very common for empaths, people going through spiritual awakening, people who are particularly psychically aware or intuitive. It's natural for people of that nature to get anxious because we're picking up on energies all the time and we don't like a lot of harshness. So a lot of the things that happen in the daily world that feel quite harsh can be quite intense for us, and that's a challenging thing to move through. And especially if you're going through spiritual awakening, your system can sometimes just feel hardwired for anxiety and stress, because these higher energies that we're tuning into as part of the awakening process really are sometimes a little bit too high vibrational for our systems to handle, and quite often tuning into that can feel like anxiety. You would think it would feel calm and peaceful and still, but sometimes it doesn't. It can feel quite stressful to your system as it tries to catch up. So here are some things that you can do. I've got 3 different things that I would encourage you to use to make a nice calm space for yourself, so that you can find that calm when you're feeling anxious. So the first thing that I would say is it's important for you to have a spiritual space. So you can bring these different spiritual things into your space to make the room feel calm, but it's important that you have a room, or that you have time every day where you tune into these things and you get that rest. It's really important. Now, the first thing that I would advise, and I would advise you using them in this sequence, the following sequence, is to use essential oils. Now, the reason I say to use essential oils is, apart from the fact that they will actually affect your energies and they will make changes to your vibration, what they're also going to do is clear the space that you're in. So when you use essential oils in a room, whether you're burning them in an oil burner or using a diffuser, I tend to use that. I have an oil diffuser, you can get them online. You top them up with water and you put a few drops in, and it just sends out that fragrance into the room and keeps that energy all around you in the space that you're in, and that starts to clear the energy in the room. Now, of course, you want to do it simply. Get a water bottle that's got a spray on it, put a few drops in plain water and spray it around the room. It really makes a big difference. Now, when you're talking about using essential oils, my recommendation would be to use tea tree oil, because tea tree oil it's really great because it's just a really cleansing energy. It just purifies the energy around about you. Some other oils, if you're going through spiritual awakening, can be a little bit intense for the system, so watch out for that. Tea tree oil would always be the one that I would advise. And of course, if there are other things that you resonate with, and that goes with any of the suggestions that I'm about to bring up, anything that you resonate with that feels right to you, follow it, try it out, use it. That's really your soul guiding you to what it is that it needs. But tea tree oil would be my top recommendation. Spray it around the room, use an oil diffuser. You can get these special tea light holders where you put the oil in the top with a little bit of water. Anything like that is really fantastic for just keeping that vibration nice and clear. But the most important thing that you must do when you're using essential oils to clear that space, which is the first step, is open the windows. Get the windows in the room open so that you're allowing that negative energy to dissipate and to kind of being cleansed out. It clears it out of your space and it makes a really big difference. So that would be step 1, my first recommendation. I do that every day, and I have my oil diffuser going all day long. I have it on all the time. It really makes a big difference. The second thing that you can do to help you really feel quite centered and calm is to use incense. Now, the thing with incense is that people say, which kind should I use? There is no specific type of incense that you have to use. You use what you feel drawn to. Again, that's your soul telling you, this is the one that I need. This is the thing that is going to make the most difference to my energetic system. So when you're looking at incense, what you can do is, if you're in a store, browse the different incense that they have and see what you feel drawn to, see what stands out to you, see what keeps catching your eye. Maybe it's a word in the title, maybe it's the colour of the box, maybe it's the scent. Something draws you there. That's your energy telling you, this is the one I need. Now, you can still do that if you're shopping for incense online. Just look at the packaging, look at the imagery, look at the words, and just see, what do you keep being drawn back to? If you had to guess which one was right for you, what one would you guess? And your intuition will tell you what one it is. Use the incense after you've used the essential oils and aired the room out, and have that incense on in the background. If you could just have that gently throughout the day, just having that nice fragrance, you'll find that it's not just about the fact that it smells nice. Incense has an energy to it, and it can be quite centering. So just pick the one that feels right for you, and you'll definitely feel more grounded. And the third thing that I would encourage you to use is crystals. So the following crystals are useful for any type of calm when you're going through anxieties. You want to look at amethyst is great, moonstone and rose quartz are ideal for kind of keeping your vibration high, but just also bringing that calm, centered feeling. Now there are different things you can do. Of course, you can carry around a stone if that's what you like to do. You can carry a stone like this. This is a rose quartz. You can keep it in your pocket, you can have it in your purse, you can just carry it around with you, put it under your pillow. It just keeps it in your energy, and that changes the vibration of what you're resonating with all the time. And of course, with crystals, they're usually doing a two-part thing. On one side, they're usually clearing your energy, and on the other side, what they're doing is raising your vibration to the frequency of that crystal. So that's why they have all these different properties that you can get when you use different crystals. So my first recommendation would be, like I said, amethyst, moonstone or rose quartz, like the stone that I showed you there. That's a rose quartz, a really powerful stone, kind of pale pink. And for me, moonstone is the one that I always use. I actually have a ring here that I wear all the time, and that is a moonstone ring. I don't know if you can see the stone particularly well. And I wear it all the time just so that that moonstone energy is in my aura, and it just keeps me quite centered. It's really something that keeps me quite centered and calm, and I enjoy the energy and the kind of frequency that it brings me into by having that as a piece of jewellery and wearing it all the time. And then the other things you can do, of course, you can have a stone that you carry with you. You can have jewellery. I also wear bracelets. I love wearing bracelets. The other two stones that I would recommend would be hematite, which is this kind of silvery metallic looking stone that you'll see here, and black obsidian as well. Now hematite is, both of these stones are really good if you want to clear out negativity and you want to center yourself a little more. So if you're finding that you're using the first crystals that I recommended and you still don't feel as calm and as grounded as you need to, or you feel that your anxiety is particularly bad, these two are the best that you could use. And it doesn't need to be a bracelet, obviously. You could get a stone, or you could have anything. That there's a lot of jewellery and things that you can get that are, have this built into them. Now I use these as my go-to because they're very grounding. I'm always doing really high vibrational energy work. I'm working intuitively a lot of the time, and it's important for me to be grounded because, again, those energies can start to feel quite kind of anxious. They can be quite stressful, so you want to ground yourself. Now the great thing about black obsidian is it is a cleanser. It's really good for clearing away negativity. So if you feel like there's a lot of negativity around you, or a lot of you tend to fall into negative thinking patterns and things, it's really good for clearing that negativity out and kind of keeping it away. So that would be the one that you would be looking at, would be black obsidian. And then the hematite is really great because it's a really strong stone. It's a very protective stone, so it tends to bring you back down to earth. It's incredibly grounding. It's a great stone, but both of these, whether you use them separately or together, are really grounding and really, really great for anxiety. So if your anxiety is particularly intense, these are the ones that you want to go for, those type of crystals. But they make a huge difference. Now, if you're struggling with anxiety, we actually have a free resource that you can use. It's our masterclass to go from anxious to awakened in just 3 easy steps. It's all about helping you to really tackle that anxiety for good and find a way to align it with your spirituality to help you in your spiritual growth, because there are really cool reasons why you get that anxiety in the first place, believe it or not, and they are spiritual, certainly. So you'll be able to check that out at the link below. Thank you to everyone who has commented, and I see Jilly is thanking me for sharing my light to all, and thank you to you too. Thank you to everyone who's watching, because every time that you guys tune in, we're really connecting into that union of light workers, and it just really helps to accentuate those energies and lift the vibration of the energies of the planet. It's a wonderful thing. Now remember, like I said, you can check out that masterclass below. It's probably one of the best masterclasses that we have, and it really specialises and hones in on anxiety and how to handle it and manage it and really clear it out of your system. So check that out. Remember, you can click below to be notified whenever we go live, and if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and give us a like. We really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.